What up, world? What up, media? I am Drewize Topics. Good evening to you, YouTube, and the whole entire world. Thank you for clicking on this particular topic coming from me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, this topic is so true. It's so true in effect. And some people is not going to look at it this way. You know, some will if you're part of a religious organization, part of a church, kingdom hall, mosque, synagogue, or whatever type of place of non-denomination, or whatever you are in this world today, you know? And this topic is so true, so true. And you have to look at it. It replies for today's time, man. It also replies to men that lived 2,000 or 4,000 years ago. Now, this topic is, and I call it, I know. Are you ready for it? Some of us are not God's people, but we are God's creation. Yes. Some of us are God's people, but we are His creation. Now, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this and I'm going to say that. Now, everybody in the world is not God's people. No. Reason why I say that, because there's some people in the world that do not believe in God at all. No. They believe, well, if I can't see God, He must not exist. I don't even believe in angels or God's Messiah, that is Jesus, prophesied to come, and I believe in Charles Darwin and the Big Bang and evolution. Some people will say that, you know, some people will. Or some people will say, God, who? Who is God? You know, it's what some people will say out of their mouth, you know, but not realizing that He is the author of creation, the author of life, and the author of death. He says, I can give it and I can take it away. Yes. See, the atheists, some of them are smart, but they got a dumb side to themselves. I like to talk to an atheist, and we sit down and talk on a respectful level. Talk. He explained his opinion, how he do not believe in God, and I explained my opinion, how I believe in God. You know? And I'll also tell the atheists or whoever got questions that they don't believe in God. I will say, okay, atheists, whoever you are, if I come across you, because one day I will come across you and we will speak about it. Okay, atheists. You will say, well, I believe in this, I believe in that, evolution and Charles Darwin and things like that. You know? And I say, okay, for example, how can something that is not real create something that is real? You know? You're like, what do you mean? Like I said, how can something that is not real at all, don't have a vessel at all, don't have a life source. How can something that's not real create something that is real? You know? How can you believe in Charles Darwin and the Big Bang and evolution? You know? I don't believe in evolution at all. You know? I do not. You know? I don't believe that man came from monkeys. I don't believe that. And once man was walking on all fours and eventually walked upright, you know, I don't believe that. That's a silly, foolish thing. You know, I believe that God said this: I, as myself, created the man from the earth and fashioned the man and shaped the man out of the items from the earth. And once I formed man and I blew in his nostrils the breath of life and he became a living soul. Yes. I don't believe what Darwin says. I don't believe in Big Bang. I don't believe in evolution. I don't believe in that. You know? And just like this, back in biblical times, there were men and women that did not follow God, did not follow Jesus' teaching, did not follow Moses, did not believe in how Abraham felt towards God, did not uh, believe in David, how he felt towards God. There were men and women did not follow God, did not follow Jesus' teaching. You know, everybody is not God's people. And God does not love everybody. Jesus does not love everybody. No. Because if God loves everybody, true enough, God, he gives man and women, all men and women, the opportunity to come to him when God extend his hand like this and you reach it and God will walk right beside you up the road of righteousness, the straight path, right beside you, not ahead, not behind, right beside you. You know, if everybody loves God, there would not be no murder, there would be no cheating, there would be no taking advantage of, and there would be no robbing, there would be no wickedness at all. You know what I'm saying? There wouldn't. Everybody will come together as one. We said when there are two or more gathered together, there I am. You know? So we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Man today is not doing it. Man today, some men don't follow God's teaching, don't follow God's commandments, don't follow Jesus' teaching at all. You know, God can't love everybody because everybody's not coming to God. You know, everybody's not coming to God. Everybody think I can do this without God. I don't need God. That's what people in their thinking think. I don't need God. Who is God? You know, I don't believe in God. That's what they say. And I should tell you that thinking, you will pay a consequence. You know, a consequence. You will reap what you sow and things like that. What goes around will surely come around. Yes. So, all honesty, when he said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. So that means when you look into the mirror and see your reflection of yourself, what do you see? That is your image. You can't see your own self unless you look into a mirror and see your reflection. That is your image, you know? And it's just truth that I believe that God said when he created Adam. He gave Adam a job to do, you know, have dominion, you know, over uh, the animals and the birds of the sea, of the air. I mean, the fish of the sea and stuff like that. Have dominion. He said, name all the animals, name all the angels. On honesty, God said to Adam, "You're a Khalifa." You know, Khalifa means one that stands in once someone's place, you know, as a successor. You know, yes, take the place and stuff like that. Excuse me, I'm so hyped up. Let's see where I'm at. Come on. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody does not follow God. Everybody does not follow Jesus. Everybody does not follow Moses' law. Everybody. I still think in my mind to this day, we're still under the commandments of Moses' law. You know? But somewhere down the line, you know, it's good. It's good that the New Testament says, you know, but we cannot drift away from the old law of the Ten Commandments, you know, but we're surely not following the Ten Commandments. We're surely not following the new commandments. You know, come on. So, that's that. Everybody is not God's people. Now, about how are we His creation? We, as humans, mortal now, just like I believe when Adam and Eve, there were people before Adam and Eve, you know, they were called the pre-Adamites, you know. Then Adam and Eve came about. Man today and man then, back in medieval times and pirate times and kings and civil rights movement times and today's time. I think we are the children of Adam and Eve. We fell. You know what I'm saying? We lost our godly power. We were not like God, but we was like little gods that roamed this earth like we're supposed to be, vicegerent. You know what I'm saying? But God gave a particular people to be vicegerent for a particular time to rule. That is the Caucasian man. But the Caucasian man, his time of rulership is coming down. You know. So we are God's creation. Us men and women, we are His creation. He said, "I created you in my image." You know, just like I can see myself in this camera, a full figure image. You know, I look like God. You know, but God doesn't looks like me. But I am created in His image. You know, but God put some in my father as a agent to create me and my brother and my sister. You know? Yeah. So that's why I think, you know, we are His creation. You know? We are. God shaped us with His hands. God had an idea how He wanted to create something. You know? He would create, I know I'm going to create something that is Khalifa, you know, stand in one's place as a successor. That is man. You know, give man free will. You know, we are lower than the angels, but we got free will. You know, with that free will, it comes with a consequence. Yes, it comes with a consequence. So God created us with this magnificent body. You know, in all honesty, God tell us to take care of our bodies. Treat our body as a temple. You know, that's what God tells us to do. It is our duty to take care of ourselves. The way how you live your life determines your death. So, yeah, that's when a certain pastor said, and I agreed to that, you know. So, yeah. So, you take care of this body that God created as a temple, and you truly believe in God, you know what I'm saying, with your whole mind and your whole heart. You know, God is in you. You know what I'm saying? And people will eventually see God is in you. You know, people will see. They will say something about that person, something about her, and something about him. What is, I can't put, it's something good. It's something. Got that glow of a aura and a certain spirit that's God in you. You know, that is God in you. So you may say, well, I don't give the credit how well I take care of myself. Um, I give all the credit to God because the living true God is in me. You know, that's what I think. You know, we are God's creation. You know, He created us with His hands and the thought to, an idea to create man, to be Khalifa, you know, have dominion. So, yeah. But we as a people, I'm going to talk about the black people because I'm a black man. We as black people, we should know this about ourselves. We need to excuse me. We need to tap into our original knowledge of divineness of ourselves. You know, we need to tap into that again. Go back to that. You know what I'm saying? Rather to be low rated people act like animals and savage. You know what I'm saying? We need to go back to that. We need to learn. We need to do history. We need to do this, that. But we're not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to act negative and trying to set trends and stuff like that. You know? Be followers of one another. Rather stand out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why God said, my people are destroyed by the lack of knowledge. And we are destroyed people. We are. And that is a damn shame. Excuse my language on that. So, that's how I look at it. You know? So that's why the elders look at me when I go out in public. They see me and they say, "Oh, that young man, I can't put a finger on him, but he's gonna be a bad mamma jamma when he get my age. When I'm 60, 70 years old." You know, it's something about that young man. It's something about him. He don't carry himself like all these other black men out in the world. He carries himself as a strong black man. You know, strong. And also a man that was created by God. God put something in my father, you know, as a agent to create me. And that's how I come forth out my mother's womb. You know? So, one of these days, when I get up in age, and when it's time to leave this earth, you know, leave. And my spirit goes to God, and my body stays here on the earth, in the earth. You know, So God has a purpose for me. He does. He has a plan for me. He's going to use me. You know, and say, I can use you, Drewize. I can use you like I used Moses, to tell Pharaoh, let my people go, and they will see God in you, Drewize. So just keep doing what you're doing, Open your mouth, and I will use your tongue to reach the masses of the people. This is true. So God gave me the idea to name myself as a brand, Drewize. You break down the letters. I will tell you, but I don't got time to tell you these letters. Drewize. I'll tell you that in another video, what it means, But we all will know, whether you black or white, Hispanic, Native American, Mexican, Chinese, Japanese, Samoan, Puerto Rican, whatever you are as a human. You will confess with your mouth, like he said in the word, you will confess with your mouth. He said, I will bring you down to your knees, and you shall confess that I am Lord, from your mouth. I don't care how hard you try not to in your mind or in your heart not to confess. But you will confess that he is God. And he said, I am all things. Saying no other God can come forth and challenge me or match me. He said, I am, the children of Israel at that time called him Yahweh, or called him Jehovah, So yeah, everybody, like I said, is not God's people, but we are God's creation. So you atheists or you people that do not believe in God at all will see for yourself one day, because we're getting closer and closer. And God really is on simmer mode, but he's boiling with great anger. He's getting ready to chastise man for real. So you better get ready. I don't care if you holy or you sanctified. I don't care how long you be saved. I don't care how long you do your wickedness. He will chastise you, regardless how long you be in that Bible, regardless how long you be in that church or kingdom hall or mosque or synagogue. He will chastise you. And when he say, I will separate, that's what he do. Separate the sheep from the goats, separate the righteous from the wicked, judge the righteous and the wicked. And he said, I will. Ooh. And that is that. Drewize Topics. I am Drewize. You can post a comment about what I just said if you like. If you like. If you like. Because this is real. This is real. Everybody got to take heed. Say, regardless you believe in God or not, take heed. Some people do not follow God. Some people are not God's people. But, like I said, you are, whether you believe it or not, you are God's creation. And that is that. Like, share, subscribe. I am Drewize, Drewize Topics. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.